Hello Millsters and welcome to another then if Underswap by the darkpetal16. This bears the friendship route. So, just a little quick recap, and of course 10 likes in this video and you will get more if Underswap dropping as soon as possible. This also technically lets me know that you guys definitely want me to cover any additional bonuses that we might get for said routes. So remember, 10 likes, more votes. Okay, good, fantastic, great, yay. Okay, so in this, there's going to be no warnings because we've got no bad endings to deal with at this point. And so a little quick recap of what we're dealing with. We literally ended up finding our way to the lab, being forced to go in there because somebody apparently can't take us saying no. What? I told you, you're my little moth, you follow my rules. Yes, Gaster. So pretty much we end up going in there, we talk with and die, and then all of a sudden, poof, we're gone because Archmage Dion's magical papers of doom decided to bring us downstairs. We go being nosing as we possibly can, and eventually come across Archmage Dion, who literally informs us that we can become a human bomb. And he wants to use us as a human bomb to blow up all the monsters. Because that's what you do. To be fair, he has gone absolutely crazy because things got complicated for him and he became an amalgamation along with all the other mages. The only problem is he's the only dominant soul, meaning we had to put up with him. How we defeated him? Simple. We prodded him with a stick because the stick is mightier than any sword and is mightier than any pen. So always keep your sticks at the ready because one day you can be a Harry Potter. Or a wizard. Just without the whole magical thing, because apparently this game likes to wonderfully tell you constantly you do not have any magic, but you have a magical stick. It's only good at hiding it in the shadows and it will appear after. So yes, right now we are still in the lab, we've battled Archmage Dion and we're about to go upstairs to face the music and see how Gastra interacts with us in this route. Oh, wonderful, good gravy. He's going to be so happy to know I went nosing through his stuff. You walk back up the stairs and out of the room. Just as you step into the hallway, the door at the far end swings open. Twinkle, cries a familiar voice. It is Dr. and I. She rushes to you, clearly panicked. She grips both of your hands and holds them close to her chest. Her golden eyes are glistening with unshed tears. Poor girl, she must have been frantic. You're okay, she cried in relief. When you disappeared, I mean, I'm really curious what she must have thought happened. She might have thought the Gaster did something. Would you put it past her, assuming it was him? That's enough, Doctor and I. You're crowding her. Okay, let's all be clear here. He called me here in this sense. And as we know, in Papyrus's route, he has the audacity to call me an it after. Let it be known, he clearly calls me a her before he refers to me as an it. How rude! A chill goes down your spine. This is a familiar voice. It's the voice. Well, we're not really sure if it is the exact voice, since there is two of them, as seen in Gaster's route, but it is said voice. The other voice steps into the hallway from behind Dr. and I. He is a lean skeleton monster with a long head and cracks in his skull. He wears a blue sweater vest over an orange turtleneck and a long white lab coat. He has one blue and one orange highlight in each socket. Hello, he says in a voice too cold to be considered polite. I'm Dr. Wingerding, Gaster. My colleague has told me much about you. Considering, what she's seen. I mean, he really didn't need to be told anything since he's been spying on me. But of course, somebody had to make sure that you came here. The last one I tried, well, that didn't exactly go well. You politely greet him. What happened? Doctor and I asked you. Plain and simply, I got shanghaied by the absolute crazy person that was in your frickin' basement. Why did you keep him around? That's just asking for trouble. Why did you keep him in there? Why? I know he's an amalgamation, but good lord, couldn't you have, put him out of his misery or something? Why were you keeping him in the basement? I'm talking about Dr. Gaster here. What am I talking about? Why am I even considering that? It's Dr. Gaster. Why wouldn't he keep him down there? You tell him it's a long story. I think we can make the time, says Dr. Gaster with a cordial smile. You look exhausted. Yes, you must be hungry too, says Dr. Undie. Come on, you can tell us what happened in my office. I love how she's like, come in my office that way, then if anything goes wrong, I'm prepared. Dr. Undie, perhaps she should rest under my care instead. No, says Dr. Undie, her voice surprisingly curt. Twinkle saved Alphys's life. I owe her. Let it be known, if you did not save Alphys's life, you are on your own at this part. I'm pretty sure she would have just left me. She would have not cared, I don't think. I think she would have just fed me to the wolf. The skeleton. You know, the wolf in the freaking skeleton outfit. Dr. Gaster's smile looks more forced. Are you sure about this, Dr. Undie? Undie grips on your arm, tightens. Yes! Good on her, standing up for your morals. I just wish you wouldn't do it in front of me. Very well then, come along, human. Let us hear your tale. You follow both them back up to the first floor, the laboratory. But yes, we actually did see the scene where literally Undie steps in to protect you. But again, if you don't save Alphys, you don't get this guaranteed, you know, arms of protection. The strong arms to protect you in the face of Gaster. You're taken to an office filled with clutter and paperwork. You've seen several action figures, all heroic warriors with bulging muscles. I wonder why. Lined up on the desk, the office has two couches that face each other with a coffee table placed between. You entirely take a seat on one couch while Dr. Undie, poor girl, and Dr. Gaster sit opposite of you. Where to even begin? Why not at the start, suggests Dr. Undie. The beginning, right. And so you speak. Recount your journey to the middle of the lake after following a voice inside your head that kept telling you to come like a freaking moth to the flame, not going to point out who it clearly is. I don't know what you're talking about. I just imagine he's half getting bored because he knows most of this already. Actually, no. Wait, does he actually know the full story? Because isn't it in Gaster's route that it is made clear by the other one, that the other side of him, that one only knows some stuff and not everything? Let's see. You journey to the middle of the lake and you'll fall into the water. I wouldn't call it fall, more clumsy situation. You talk about exploring the crystal caverns. Exploring the crystal caverns? What do you mean? You should have also said how you were suddenly yanked under the water by an unseen force called Wingatings Gaster. And meeting Asgore, and then of course that said voice refusing to let you stay with him and taking control and literally breaking the fourth wall. Again, looking at you. Don't you love it when I suddenly break the fourth walls? No, sometimes it's really creepy. Dr. Nye looks uncomfortable when you mention Asgore, but Dr. Gaster is unfazed. You then speak about Snowden. You tell him about exploring the waterfall and you'll fight with Captain Alphys, Hotland, the voice, waking up in the lab, and Dion. You try not to leave a single detail out. I like the fact that only now my character says about the voice. Top priority. I woke up hearing a voice. I'm not crazy. Something told me to come here. You've certainly seen much, says Dr. Gaster calmly. Too much. Dr. Gaster! Gasps Undie. Dr. Gaster opens his mouth to say something else before silence when someone enters the room. It's Papyrus. Yo, I'm here to break the freaking scene and tension. The lanky skeleton enters the room with his hands in his pockets of his orange hoodie and with a smoking cigarette between his teeth. Yo! Put that out, snaps Dr. Gaster. Papyrus takes the cigarette out and crushes it in his hand. I forgot. I'll ask you to forgive me. Dr. Gaster makes an annoyed noise. What are you doing here, Papyrus? Dr. Undie asks. Truthfully, she's like, oh, thank goodness, somebody else has arrived. Things are going to get really tense in here a minute and I need someone to be the referee. Papyrus pulls out his other hand from his hoodie. He points one finger in the air, and there's a distortion in the space above his finger. Then suddenly you see one of your boots appear and fall into his hand. Found this. That's one of your shoes. I figured, he says. Of course, it's not much good now. Sure do think you'll need a new pair. Dr. Gaster audibly groans and rubs his forehead. Irrelevant at this point in time, the human. I'll take Twinkle into the city to go and get new shoes, says Papyrus. There's a sharp change in the air. Now, is he going to have the audacity to call me an it? Only because Papyrus is here. Or is he going to keep referring to me as a her and going to stay at least somewhat polite about this? Because that was one of my gripes I had. That was continuously being called an it. The hair on the back of your neck stands up, and Dr. Gaster's entire demeanour turns stiff. His smile drops abruptly. His orange and blue eyelids freeze over as he coldly stares at Papyrus. Doctor and I anxiously shifts away from Dr. Gaster, her expression conveying a clear sense of discomfort. She's like, oh no, it's happening again. Dr. Gaster leans forward on the couch, staring at Papyrus. What? Papyrus isn't phased, and he repeats himself. I'm taking Twinkle into the city to get new shoes. Now. Dr. Gaster's eye sockets narrow. Behind that cold glare, you see the curdle of anger. He speaks in a low, quiet voice. If you think that human is leaving this lab alive, at least he's openly admitting I'm going to die. Thank you so much for letting me know, right in front of my face. But then again, you know, Alphys has tried to kill me. Sans tried to KO me. Who hasn't tried to get rid of me? Well, I guess the bunnies haven't tried to get rid of me. So there's that. I love the fact that the royal guards, the bunnies, none of them tried to, actively kill me. Not one of them actively tried to kill me. I'm all about thinking, says Papyrus. I'm taking the human with me. Now. Your pink eyes widen. If looks could kill, your certain Papyrus would have combusted then and there. The dark glare on Dr. Gaster's face is more than enough to make you flinch, and it's not even directed at you. Is that your call, Papyrus? Dr. Gaster questions, drips in venomous disdain. So he's referring more to the judgment side. Of course, if you watch through Gaster's romance thread, the final part, and then when we take a look at the backstory and stuff, he's referring to that because he really hates the fact that Papyrus is a judge. You have your job, says Papyrus, and I'll have mine. Dr. Gaster sits back at that. Is that so? You've judged it. Why? Why are you calling me an it? You called me a her earlier in front of freaking Indie. What is it? The second Papyrus just tells you something you don't like. You suddenly forget the act. I'm gonna just show you I'm peed off. I've judged her, Papyrus says flatly. Dr. Gaster scoffs and looks away. Take it and leave. Papyrus cocks his head. Come on, Twinkle. Let me take you to the city. Wow, he's just wow, Gaster is not happy with me at all. No, I told you, I'm not your friend in this route. So you better be careful, my dear. I have nothing to worry about with you. You're a big softie when it comes to me. Are you sure? I can replay your romance route. Oh, okay. So let's leave Hotland. You finish Hotland. Who needs romance when you have friendship? Load the city. Papyrus walks you through Hotland and to an elevator. Okay, so in Papyrus's route, we teleport straight there, whereas in this one, we walk. There are guards in silver armor posted on either side of the elevator, but neither react to yours nor Papyrus's presence. You both get into the elevator and you go up. You let out and you enter the city. It's bigger than you anticipated. Stone buildings climb into the cave ceiling and completely cover the horizon. The streets are paved with a pale blue stonework and are lined with soft white lampposts. A variety of monsters fill the streets, some moving in groups and others standing around and chattering. Even at a distance, you can see many shop windows, brightly decorated, and there are dozens of signs marked with NTT. Wow, it's amazing to see so many monsters living together, to see them have their own city. To think all this is just under the lake. Yeah, that's still impressive to me that it's underneath the water and nobody thought to go under the water. I so want to say under the sea, but it's not under the sea. Ha! Missed opportunity. That's right. Under the lake. Away from the sky. How many of them were alive before they were sealed? How many of them have even seen the sun? They're imprisoned. Isn't it time it came to an end? Yes it is. You're certain. You're positive that humans and monsters can get along. You've met so many wonderful monsters already. Well, there's one or two that we can't include in that. They deserve to be free. You want to help them. There must be a way. Dion said your soul would work as a key for the barrier. Again, this coming from the clearly deranged one. He was batshit crazy when he talked to you. But we're just like, we're gonna take it from the crazy man. The crazy amalgamation. He literally had gone insane. He was 100% out of his mind when he said that to you. But my character's like, nope, he told me I'm a key. He told me I could be a bomb. I'm gonna save them. You'll have to test out yourself. See the elevator shaft in the far back? Papyrus asks you. You nod. That leads up to the castle. Barrier's in the back of it, he says. The barrier? Hello, shouts a friendly voice. Sans appears in a blurry flash of blue light in front of you and Papyrus. Twinkle, he says with a genial chill. It's good to see you again. He holds out a box. This is for you. I swear, my brothers, look at them. They're all just so friendly to you in this one. Well, yeah, someone has to be. You know, I proved myself to them. You didn't even give me an opportunity to prove myself to you in this friendship route. No, you literally went through my lab and also destroyed my amalgamation. You weren't going to use them anyway later, I'm pretty sure. You smile as you accept the box. When you open the box, you see a pair of pink shoes. Papyrus told me you lost yours, Sans starts to say. He told me to grab these. You take them out and quickly put them on. A perfect fit. You sound both skeleton. Papyrus tosses one of your original boots up in the air. Cool, glad they fit. Huh. While you're here, you might as well enjoy yourself and explore the city. Sans beams at you. You should. The city is very nice. And don't worry, no one will attack you. I told all the guards about you. In that case, you beam. You want to explore. Enjoy yourself, says Papyrus. Yes, have fun, human. I must leave, but I am sure we will meet again, says Sans. He takes off running and is soon out of sight. You look to Papyrus. He watches his brother leave, and he turns to look back at you. See you around. You wave goodbye, and you are left alone in the city. Okay, so none of them stick around for you, so I don't have to be mad at my MC. What do you want to do? Okay, so we of course are going to go through and see Cinnamon, see Meta Blue, and then go to the elevator, and then I have to deal with Queen Tori. Oh god, no. I am not looking forward to fighting her. I do not like fighting Mama. Okay, so let's go and deliver the letter for Cinnamon. You're given direction to a quieter part of the city. There aren't as many monsters mingling on the streets, and the lights are dimmer here. Monsters that pass you by will give you a curious look, but ultimately leave you alone. A few of them even smile at you. You keep your eyes peeled. As you examine the city, it reminds you much of the city. All these monsters go about their day-to-day lives, and you see some bickering in corners, some laugh as a group, young ones are playing with skateboards and jump ropes, and parents carrying their children. Vendors advertising their shop, they all go about their daily lives just as you do. The only difference is that you've grown up with the sky, and they haven't. As well as, you know, fresh air, and, you know, various types of weather systems, and, you know, proper changing of the seasons, the stars, the moon, the sun, you know, freedom, the endless possibilities, and as well as, like, all the bad things about humans, too. You're reminded of the illusion sky in Snowden. They must have spent a lot of time and energy to replicate a sky, but it falls short of the real thing. There's no sunlight, there's no wind, there's no rain. It's stagnant, stale, and suffocating. Yep, they carry on because that's all they can do, and that's all some of them actually know, because some of them have never actually seen this guy. They were actually born down there. For example, Papyrus is one of them, and so is Sans and Gaster. I think. I'm not 100% sure when in terms of Gaster, but we know that Papyrus was born in the underground, because he was only like a month old, wasn't he? So it's highly likely he was born down there before the war. After the war. So after the monsters got sealed and he was like down there. So yeah, Papyrus is one of those monsters that 100% hasn't seen the actual sky at any point in his life. That's something to think about. But that's not all you can do, is it? You are the key. You can change this. You can save them according to a deranged psychopath. You stop beside a building that, unlike the vast majority, do not reach the top of the cave ceiling. It's 2 stories max in a cute cottage Tudor style. The homely cutesy feel to it is a sharp contrast to the stone buildings to flank it. Suddenly you feel warmth in your sweater pocket, and you pull out the candle you purchased from the flames. A small flame appears on the wick. Click, and the door swings open. Oh! The door just swung open with no one telling you to enter. My character's like, ooh, must go inside. Apparently now the candle is magic. It just automatically interacts with said door. I'm in the world of Harry Potter. You walk into the tea shop. Entering hits you with the smell of fresh tea and milk. White tables are set up around the room. A floor-printed tablecloth is draped over the tables. Pink and blue flowers are intertwined around the chairs. Placed at the centerpiece on the table and strung up over the ceiling. All the tables have guests seated, and numerous small, cutesy, flamey monsters bustle around the tea shop. The flames are no bigger than your hand, and work together to carry trays of food and tea, and they hop onto the tables to serve. There are also 2 other waiters. One waiter works with the flames, a lanky brown-furred cat monster. He has an energetic step and a twinkle in his eyes. The other is a tall flame monster in pink and blue, suited with spirally glasses. There's something strangely soothing about him. Cinnamon told you to deliver the letter to the cutest monster. I'm gonna deliver it to Grillby even though I know it's not him. You hold up the letter to him and he tilts his head and points to himself. You nod and explain it's from Cinnamon. He only appears more confused by this. You explain you were told to deliver it to the cutest monster in the shop. The monster's flame flickers between pink and red as he nervously fidgets with the teapot in his hands. He rapidly shakes his head back and forth like, no, that's, I'm flattered, but no. Oh, is he certain? He nods quickly. Really certain? The flames are brighter pink now. As he nods, I mean, he's like, yeah, I know okay, I get you. You think I'm really freaking cute. Okay, that's enough. Don't overfluster me. I might actually burn stuff on fire. Thank you so much, but please no, I'm not who you're looking for, but I appreciate the compliment. You sigh and then turn to deliver the letter to the cat monster instead. Huh, for me? The brown-furred cat blinks in surprise at you. He takes the letter. When he recognizes your handwriting, his eyes widen and he smiles goofily. His tail waves side to side. This is from my Cinny Winnie. He holds the letter close to his chest. Thank you, he says. I've really missed her. You're happy to help. You delivered the letter now. You ask a nearby monster about the NTT branding. Why not? The monster explains it's a popular brand. They point in the direction and tell you to follow the sign to see the main building. Curious, you decide to check it out and you follow their instructions. As you walk, you breathe in the city. It smells like wet stone and street food. You walk by many food stands and makes your stomach rumble. You eventually reach a big electric blue building with the biggest NTT sign around. You admire the sign for several seconds until your thoughts are interrupted. There's a squeaky gasp. You turn your head to see the adorable, most beloved little ghostie in the Underswap universe. Oh, you're so pink. The little pink ghostie smiles shyly at you. Twinkle, it's good to see you again. Oh, you cheerfully greet Metabluke. Metabluke's form darkens in color and the wiggle smile stretches further. Are you here to see Napsterton? You explain you're intrigued by all the signs. In that case, why don't you come inside with me? He offers Metabluke. Napsterton is my cousin. Oh, you'd love to come inside. Metabluke takes the lead. The small ghost hovers in front of you and meanders through the front doors. They're guarded by large cat monsters who open the doors, and when they see the two of you approaching, you enter the building after Metabluke. You're greeted by blaring music at a steady tempo, and the bass hits so low it shakes you, and you can feel the vibrations in your bones. Lights, cameras, and other movie-style equipment is placed all around the edge, and you see robots, cats, dogs, and bunnies hurrying around the set. In the centre of it all is a blue and white dance floor that lights up. Grooving in the middle of the floor is a tall robot with black pants, a cropped electric blue puffy jacket, a blue cap worn backwards. Thanks again for the new jams. This'll conclude our beatdown report, the robot explains. We'll be right back after this mention from our sponsor, me! The dance floor lights switch off. The robot turns to the front door and grins. Blukey! Metabluke flies over. Hey! Got the new music ready? Asks the robot. Yeah, I wanted to introduce you to someone. The robot monster turns to look at you and he smirks. Aren't you precious? Who might you be? Asks the robot. You introduce yourself. Twinkle is my friend, adds Metabluke. Twinkle, this is my cousin, Napsterton. Napsterton holds out a hand to you, and his smirk curls. Charmed, I'm certain. You take his hand to shake. Say, says Napsterton, a devious look in his eyes. I'm getting ready for my next segment. How well can you dance? Sure, you accept the dance. Oh my god, I love this music so much. This music is the music we hear when we first meet. I love this song so much. I love Metabluke's freaking music. It's so cute. It's also really freaking loud for some reason. Boo, boo. Boo, 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 bum, 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 boo, 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 boo. I have to keep reading unless I'm going to sing the whole thing. It makes me smile. I love this song so freaking much. It's so cute. Napsterton's smile stretches and he offers you a hand that you accept. His metallic grip tightens around you and he tugs you into the dance floor. Get ready to roll, everyone. Blukey, why don't you set up that new groove you've been working on? Okay, Metabluke says. The dance floor lights up in blue and white as a familiar song comes on. It's the song you and Metabluke sang at their house. The peppy beat pounds through the studio. Spotlight shine down on the both of you, and you're an excellent dancer. You don't have a moment to do anything on your own. Napsterton's got one hand around yours and the other one around your waist. Oh god. He spins you on your heels at such a sudden and dizzying speed you wonder if your head might fall off. Around and around you go and you can feel his hands quickly grab back onto your arms and waist. He ducks you, he twirls you, he lifts you up to spin around, and you're barely more than a rag doll as he has complete control over you on the dance floor. It's a lot like a roller coaster ride. You can only watch and feel as your body is jerked this way and that. It's never done in a playful or malicious manner, like the ride of the amusement park. This is every bit as fun. The two of you, courtesy of Napsterton, move to the perky love song. At the end of it, he ends it in a dazzling dip and a wink. Great moves there, Twinkle, he praises. Got time for another? Absolutely! Napsterton and you dance to many more songs from fast to slow. He shows you a variety of the musics played on his show. Sometimes the two of you are joined by other monsters, but a lot of the time it's only the two of you. He also leads you around in a playful way. It's a great deal of fun for both of you, and you'd rather sad for the show to end. You're always welcome back anytime, darling, he says. You're an amazing dance partner. You beam. Oh my god, it'd be so cool if you could date Napsterton. Or even cute little Metabluke. I need to have the freaking ghost. Can I at least have a ghost in one of these games? You stare at the elevator for a long moment. That soul of yours, it's perfect match to the barrier's key, says Archmage Dion's voice in the distance after ruining such a happy perky moment with my friggin' ghosty and my friggin' robo-boy. Your hands clench into fists. Curse you, Archmage Dion, bringing me back to reality. See that sorry, so sorry, Papar. Twinkle, what happened to that? I'm sorry. I want to use their own voice for you. See the elevator shaft in the back? Papyrus asks you. You know, that lays up to the castle. Barriers in the back of it, he says. You turn to the elevator. If there's ever going to be peace between humans and monsters, if monsters are ever going to be free, someone has to take the step forward. You take a step forward. You look behind you once, and then you step into the elevator. The elevator hums as it takes you up. And when you step off, you enter a long corridor filled with golden lights. There are stone pillars of creamy gold with chiseled designs lining up the corridor. The tile floor is mosaic with a beautiful swirling motif. All on the walls are windows that filter in a golden light. It reminds you of the golden hour on the surface with how softly warm it is. It has a tall ceiling, tall enough that each step you take makes an echo. You cross the hall and exit the far end. You're led out into a stone bridge and you can see the castle ahead of you. The castle is built into the cave wall. Facet gold white stones is built beside pale stones and sparkling blue crystals. There are intricate design and murals carved into its sides, and you see a large stained glass windows depict the dawn. Aww. It is immaculately beautiful and feels terribly lonely. Don't worry, it's all going to burn to the ground later anyway. Your footsteps echo on the bridge, and the castle is high above the city. You cross the bridge and you look down and oversee the city as it slows down into the evening. There are no guards at the wide castle doors. That's really peculiar, though, that there was no guards here. The doors open easily when you push them, although they loudly creak. You step inside. The front room reminds you a lot of Asgore's home in the Crystal Caverns, although a touch more upscale. There are numerous candles that cast a warm glow around the front room, and the flooring is a golden mosaic with a blue outline. The walls are grey-white, which only make the golden floor pop out more. When the front door shuts behind you, you are enveloped in silence. And then there's a set of a wide door in front of you, and you take a breath. You push through the wide doors. Okay, so I think this music honestly would suit this scene a lot better with Tori when you first get to meet her, because it's a lot more softer. So this is the ending music I've decided to put on here so you can hear it play. So if anybody's curious why the music is different here, it's because I chose to automatically put it here for this scene. So I just wanted to stop reading for a moment just to explain that. I just feel like the softer tone really does set up and makes that sense of loneliness that is about Queen Toriel. You push from the doors and agree to by a long corridor with gold and blue tiles. You walk down it, your pink shoes making a quiet click sound with each step, and you look around as you continue. At the far end of this corridor, you see a throne, and in the throne sits the Queen of Monsters. She looks up at your entrance, her goat-like monster in purple and gold armor. Her gaze feels heavy upon you. When she speaks, there is a wariness to her voice. Hello, human. The door swings shut behind you. You fold your hands together, and you greet Her Majesty. And what brings you here? She asks you softly. Wanting to cross the barrier? You shake your head. You want to destroy the barrier. You tell her. You think you can. She stares at you with an unreadable expression for several more minutes. She slowly stands up from her throne, and takes a step closer to you. No, she says. No. What good will it do now? She asks you, her voice barely above a whisper. Contact with humans has never ended well for my people. We are not ready for the barrier to be broken. We will never be ready. That is not true. Peace is possible if both sides are willing to take the first step. Queen Toriel reaches out with her right hand and summons a golden triad. No, she says softly. Peace will never be possible. So, as you can tell from this, Tori has 100% given up. She has seen far too much death. There is a great contrast when it's Tori on the throne compared to when it's Asgore on the throne. There is a somberness to Asgore, but Tori is a lot more sensitive, and losing a child is never easy for any parent, but she, that was her baby that she lost. And not on top of that, her being queen means that every single monster is technically her child in a sense. So for every monster that is lost, it feels like she loses another child. That's the way I interpret it with Tori. So now we got the fight. So, the queen must fight you. She doesn't necessarily have to fight me, if I'm honest. That is her choosing. She could choose, like, to put a trident freaking down, and then we wouldn't have to do this. We could just have, like, a cup of tea. You think she'd be more freaking reasonable than getting a goddamn trident out and be like, oh, let's just fight. No, because she decided that every encounter with a human has ended badly for monsters. She just met me and I didn't try to attack her. She just summoned a freaking trident at me. Am I the instigator or was she the instigator here? Because I didn't do nothing. I just said, oh, I just want to, destroy the barrier. But like, no, please leave now and I won't have to use violence. But she's just like, no, I will summon my trident and spray violence. But I don't want violence, really. Okay, so now we're going to fight Queen Tori. Wish me luck because I'm going to probably die a lot with her. Possibly, because it has been a long time since I fought against Tori, so I cannot remember the pattern. Great. Okay, so now comes the gosh-forsaken hard part. The queen must fight you. No, she does not. She has an option not to fight me, but oh well, we're doing this anyway. Why did you come here alone? She asked. I've been updated on your progress. Go to come with your friends. Why would I put them in trouble? Excuse you. We would rather you not go through that. It'd be traumatic for you and traumatic for me. Can you imagine if she accidentally deaths someone? She'd be distraught. I'd be distraught. Gasta would kill people. Because you didn't want anyone to get hurt because of you. You don't want anyone to fight because of you. Her laugh is breezy and mirthless. Your sacrifice is admirable, if foolish. It's not a sacrifice. No one will die here today. She spreads her arms out. Won't we? We? Yeah, if you're not aware, Tori is going to fight you literally to the death and is going to probably try to kill you. Any way she can, even if it means she goes down with you. Her hands are enveloped in golden flames. The ceiling flashes in light and waves of fire begin to descend. She is willing to take herself out with you. I'm very concerned for her sanity. Well, if it's raining down from the sky, what do? Weave right? Oh, wait. The queen must. You weave through them as best as you can manage. The second wave starts. Oh, freaking great. I feel so special. I'm not getting any freaking hate, so, are we forward? The queen wants to rest. Well, then, we could just call it quits right now. She could go up to the bedroom and go to sleep. I wouldn't, stop her, just walk over to the barrier. You weave through them as best as you can manage. The third wave starts. Oh, for freaking fudge and biscuits. Why, woman? We've back. The queen is tired. Again, if she's tired, how about a cup of tea? How about coffee? Do you like caffeine? Maybe you should just go to bed and sleep, Sleep is good for you. Have a little siesta. You weave through them as best you can manage, and Tori slices a trident through the air. A ribbon of fire cuts through the air, and it hurtles straight to you. Why? Tori, no. Duck. The queen does not want to hurt anyone. Then why is she trying to kill me? If she doesn't want to hurt you, then put your freaking trident down. What is up with it? Is it the curse of the trident? Is everybody's given a freaking fork? Going to murder someone? You duck underneath it as quickly as you can, and as soon as the fire passes over you, she's upon you with a raised trident. Good lord, she's fast, isn't she? My goodness. Oh, Askel's got nothing on this woman and her freaking moves. My god, she's tired, but she can freaking move. What is this? Oh yeah, she taught Sans, didn't she? That's it. She taught Sans, so she's probably gonna mimic what Sans does. Oh, and more like Sans mimics what she does. So, let's roll left. Roll left, like a roly-poly. The queen wants you to leave. Well, she didn't. Well, yes, but I can't exactly leave now, can I? You roll to the left, her trident slams into the ground with a loud cracking sound. The ground reddens and heats up. Oh, flubberfloo. Zippity-bippity-doos. Ooh, you've got a lovely power, don't you? Jump away. The Queen wants to be left alone. Oh, well, we can't leave you alone. You'd be depressed, woman. You scramble to stand up and move away. Lava plume shoots from the ground and slams into the ceiling. The fountain of lava gushes out and Tori calmly steps away from the lava like, Her tired eyes stare like listlessly at you and she raises her right hand. She doesn't have it's like when Tori tries to kill you in the underground, during normal default Undertale. She doesn't have it in her. Another volley of fire begins to fall upon you. Yay, let's rain fire from the sky. Here comes the freaking hellhole. We've left. The Queen misses her family. What do you want to talk about it? You being alone is not going to make a difference, is it, lady? You weave through them as best as you can manage, and lava continues to fill the room. The second wave starts. Oh, blimey neck. And I will say, at least she's not like Asgore. Let's see. Did I weave left? I believe so. So weave right. The Queen is ready to rest. I am very concerned with that. That's making me very concerned for her health. Okay, so we're gonna... You weave through them as best as you can manage, and lava's filled half of the room. That is very concerning. That the room is... The floor is lava. The third wave starts. Oh, freaking heck. Are we not going to address the fact that there's lava inside the building? The Queen is ready to rest. Well, fair enough, You weave through them as best as you can manage. The throne room is mostly destroyed by this point, and the magma eats away at everything. It creeps closer and closer to the edge of the room, and you know it's only a matter of time before the walls catch aflame. This is madness! She'll get both of you killed at this rate. You plead with her to stop. This fight is not necessary. Necessary? She echoes, her voice barely above a whisper and strained by exhaustion. Nothing is necessary. Not your life. Not my life. That's not true. A part of my soul is important for the freaking barrier. So it does matter. What about everybody stuck here? What are they going to think when the Queen dies? The magma has reached the walls and begins to melt and eat away the stone. Her red eyes are focused solely on you, and she cares not for the crumbling castle behind her, not the heat that devours everything around her. You ask her to please stop. She needs therapy. Everything will stop, human, she says softly. You and I both. Be stopped. Oh God, she's going to kill us both. If you are the key, then you're the only thing left I need to take care of. That's not necessarily true, because technically, this is all because of Gaster. So if you've got an... Oh, Gaster doesn't like Tori. Oh, it makes sense now. Oh, sneaky boy. Why, thank you. That is... Oh, the fact that we now know that Gaster doesn't like Tori and their relationship is so strained, this also makes sense why he does things and goes against. She's not aware that Gaster is pulling souls down there. She's not aware that Gaster is literally trying to draw a soul that is the key to the barrier into the underground. She's not aware he's doing that. Because otherwise she would be stopping Gaster. Because she thinks just by destroying me that's the end of the keys. It's not. Any other soul that has the same stuff that's in our soul could act as a key. So she's not aware it's Gaster doing it. Ooh, sneaky. But also, gosh darn it all, she's gonna kill me. She means to kill both of you then. Your hands clench tightly into fists and she raises her hands. Fire rains down on you again, but this time you don't have much room to maneuver. Wrong and upset and you'll be in the lava. You have to stop it, but how? The Queen is ready to rest. You've said that. She really needs some therapy. Why did people leave her alone in the castle for so long? She literally sent all of her guards away. Does nobody ever think that maybe this lady needs therapy? I mean, the things she and Papyrus could talk about. A monster's magic is initially reacts to their emotions, as does a human soul, he says. What both have a strong reaction near each other, an encounter happens. Okay. Is it always dangerous? Asgore shakes his head. No, long ago it could be used to share strong, positive feelings. Humans and monsters who were very close to one another could share an encounter from their joy. That sounds lovely. Asgore smiles. Doesn't it? You know what you have to do. You're going to force your emotions onto this woman, whether she wants you to or not, because she's going to like you, and she's going to be happy, and she's going to be positive, whether she wants to or not. We're going to ram it down her throat. If she cannot feel the joy in her life anymore, then you will give her yours. By force or by crook, you will do it. This encounter shared in malice, but you will end it in hope. I don't feel like this is in malice, to be fair, from Tori's perspective. It seems to be like more she's given up. It's at this point, it's like she doesn't care. It's not the fact that she hates you. It feels more like she hates herself, to be fair. Like, she feels like she is solely, like, deep down responsible because it's a mother's duty to protect their child. And in a sense, to a lot of mothers, your children are supposed to outlive you, not the other way around. And especially in the term of monsters. Tori... This is so much deeper with Tori. She is a mother. Technically, is she a ruler first or a mother first? In this case, she is a mother first. Above everything. And a ruler second, to be fair. Even though technically it should be she's a ruler first and then mother second. No, that's not the case when it comes to Tori. Everyone's her children, but the fact she lost her literal joy. It's different in the terms of, like, Asgore as well, because when its roles are reversed and everything. Tori blames Asgore. So, can I really... Is this really malice? Because she's not, like, being aggressive. Like, yeah, she tells me I need to go and everything, but it's not like she's verbally being aggressive, like, malicious to me. Yes, she's raining down trying to kill me, but she does that with every human that comes there. So I can't take it personally. She has suffered. She wants it all to end. She thinks that she can protect everyone if she gets rid of the key. Not aware that, you know, Gaster is purposely trying to screw her over, literally. Okay, but hope. A think of wonder. You woke in a bed of large flowers, a vivid variety of yellow, blue and white. The tall grasses stretch up between the leaves, and it's unlike flowers of the grass you've seen before. These flowers are comically large, and too symmetrical to not be magical. The grass looks more like seaweed with its wavy structure and green and, bluey green tint. Ugh, flowers. Had you not noticed the stone wall surrounding you, you would have thought you were in a field. Cave walls have you boxed in, and they stretch high above, and are bumpy with many rocks and glittery crystals sticking out. See, this was like the best place for me. Crystals all around. Count me up. Count me in. Wow. You glance up. The ceiling is filled with holes, and in each hole you can see wire slotting. It's held up by an invisible barrier. Its dark wires churn and lap against it. The cave ceiling, like its walls, have many rocks and crystals jutting out from it. They're glittering and glistering, each projecting their own light. That moment at the start of your journey, when you first came into the underground, you had no idea what you'd walked into, what you'd started, but thinking back on it now, you are filled with wonder. Snowdin is a picturesque fairy tale snowy town, and there are cottages lined along the roads with sparkling lampposts. Snow covers each building's roof, and many monsters are out and about in the streets. Laughter and merry chatter fill the air. You can smell an assortment of food from several shops lined along the main path. It's beautiful. You loved it instantly. What are you doing? Tori's voice cracks. What are you? Your soul brightens and swells. The encounter is filled with your wonder, and you think of forgiveness. You remember the bubbling bunny next. Cinnamon giggles. Okay, human, you're totally cute, and since you're cute, and you must be, like, good too, we'll spare you, if you want. Yay, hooray for us, Cinnamon says with a great cheer. Hooray for everyone. You remember the lieutenant who chose to show you mercy. I like your resolve, human, he says as he pulls his axe away. I can clearly see I pushed you near your limit, but you never used magic on me, nor did you attack me. I believe your claims. After, like, nearly freaking killing me, after me trying to make it clear I can't use magic, and there's him with a freaking axe-wielding weapon. He tosses his axe up into the air and it disappears. I, the Great Sands, give you permission to go into Snowdon, he says. He raises his right hand. A glass bowl filled with pale green liquid appears in his hand. He tosses it to you, and you catch it. That is a healing potion, he says. Drink, and you drink it. At once all your injuries are healed, and you can breathe easy again. Good, he says. Enjoy your visit, human. After he nearly freaking kills you. He's just like, good, you're healed up, bye. You think of the voice. You think of Dion. All you know for certain is that both sides have hurt each other. If there's ever going to be peace between humans and monsters, if monsters are ever going to be free, someone has to take that step forward. Someone has to forgive. Someone has to show mercy, and that someone can be you. Stop this, Tori begs. I don't want this to feel this way. Your soul doubles in size, and the encounter is filled with your mercy. And you think of the ones you've met. The monsters give you a pitiful look. The monster gives you a pitiful look, and you notice he's carrying a watering can. What a terrible creature to torture such a poor, innocent youth, unaware it's his own child. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Youth? Oh, do not be afraid, dear child. I am Asgore, caretaker of the Crystal Caverns. I water the plants around here, says Asgore. Child? He thinks you are a child. I love that that's the first memory my character feels the necessary need to constantly pick up on is the fact that apparently we're a child. You are not a child, although people do regularly mistake you for being much younger than you are. My home is not far from here. You may rest if you wish, he kindly offers, and he extends a hand out to you. You accept his hand. You grip on the scarf that Asgore so kindly gave you. You feel its magic thrumming and humming as it protects you against the intense heat in the throne room. You would have not made it so far without him. You think of every monster you've met along your way. You think of their kindness. You think of their smiles. You think of their dreams. They don't deserve to be there indefinitely. Freedom is in reach, and you'll be sent to grab it for them. Your soul sparkles. The encounter is filled with your love. And for some reason this is capital instead of capital L and lowercase OVE, because love. And you think of hope. Not only for you, but for the monsters as well. The years of isolation and solitude comes to an end here and now. If the queen cannot hope on her home, that's fine. You will give her your hope. You will force your hope onto her whether she wants it to or not. Even if she's begging and screaming and demanding you to stop, you're going to keep on forcing it on her because it's for her. You know, sometimes the best way to help people is to force them to accept the situation ahead. I am more determined than you, and I will force my beliefs onto you. You stretch out your arm and you bare your soul in its entirety. It's okay, you tell her. Everything will be okay. You promise her. She's not alone. You offer her. The two of you can share this hope together. So I am curious if what we're seeing here is, I believe, Dark Petals can either confirm or deny this, but I think Tori suffers with hopelessness. The same thing that possibly, the same thing that Papyrus has. And of course, the same thing his mother died from, because from what I can tell, I'm assuming this is hopelessness. This is what it is. It's when you finally give up. She feels your hope. And then the ceiling collapses on you. Yay! The tiles crumble above you. You flinch and brace yourself for death. But all of it is swiped away in a blazing firestorm with magic as Queen Toriel has leapt across the marble and pulls you into her arms. Her flames brighten to a brilliant gold that overtakes everything. Can I just point out Tori handled this a lot better than Asgore did when he was on the throne? If you notice, we kind of had to get violent with him, and we had to get set of the party involved, aka Mama, aka Ezreal, aka any of the lovers, to come and deal with the situation. But in Tori's case, nobody gets involved in the fight with Tori. Nobody has, like, at all. Papyrus doesn't come up here, Sans doesn't come up here, Gaster doesn't come in to stop her. At no point does anybody do that. There's no need for it. Whereas Asgore is just that terrible force of nature that really does require extra help to deal with him. No offense to Asgore when he's a sweet little goat in this one. Quite a large goat, but still. Her flames brighten to a brilliant gold that overtakes everything, and she squeezes you once they swing to pick you up. Marble and stone cracks and falls, and the castle shakes and trembles from the loss of foundation. Queen Tori jumps away. defiantly dodging the falling debris, and she kicks down the front door, and the two of you make it out the front. It kind of reminds me of, like, the opening of Fireman Sam, where, like, as the episode's about to begin, Fireman Sam just, like, kicks open the door. Dozens of monsters are swarming to the castle, shouting, repairing magic spells of water. I can just imagine what they must have seen. They're like, oh, good God, the castle is on fire! Queen Tori's finally gone bad. The Queen of Monsters does not let you go. Sans appears at the front of the crowd, and he rushes to you and Toriel. Queen Toriel! Lieutenant, quietly says the Queen, as she continues to hold you. She looks at the castle behind her. Apologies for the trouble. Would you please assist with putting out the fire first? I'm so sorry. I literally caused my whole entire castle that's probably been standing here for centuries to burn to the ground. But I hope it's not going to be a problem. Can you just, like, help them, like, you know, get rid of the magma? It's not too much trouble. Yes, Your Majesty. The lieutenant salutes and then hurries away. Queen Tori sets you down and she brushes the soot off herself, and then you, because she's very polite. More and more monsters flock to the scene, and a variety of spells are used to rapidly put out the fire. You want to help, but all you can do is stay out of the way and watch them work, because you have no magic, you only have you, as we know. Sans guides the soldiers in herding the crowds. Captain Alphys arrives to coordinate water spells, Papyrus moves to stand beside you and the Queen, and Dr. Gaster arrives with Dr. Undie, each carrying strange devices that splurt out an intense geyser. Queen Toriel watches her castle burn in somber silence. The smell of burning stone, charcoal, and it fills the air as the smoke collects against the cave ceiling. You have hope, even after this? She asks you. Of course. I wanted to kill you. Yes, so did you and several other people, but it's fine. I'm used to this. You look up at her and you smile. And you wanted to give her hope. Whether she wanted you to give it to her or not, you literally forced it into the woman. She said a very audible sigh. You're quite down to prone, aren't you? That's what I've been saying. That's the only thing me and you can agree on. What are you doing here, Gaster? I'm in this scene, woman. When the fire is put out, the monsters look to you. The monsters gather around. Dr. Gaster steps forward first, giving you a wary look before he addresses Toriel. Your Majesty. Dr. Gaster, she says after a moment's silence, Twinkle's soul might be the key to unlocking the barrier. What? Echoes Sans. This is acted by Captain Alphys. Damn, really? This is excellent news, Your Majesty, says Dr. Gaster, his orange and blue highlights focusing on you. It is time, continues the Queen, for the barrier to be dissolved. She looks to you. Are you ready, Twinkle? Yes, and I'm really glad that I didn't have to resolve to punching you. In fact, during the whole entire fight with Tori, I never felt the need to hurt her. It has a different somber tone compared to when you're fighting Asgore, where he accuses you of, you know, cahooting with everyone in some of, like, the romance routes, and it, like, really aggravates me when that happens. But with Tori, there's, like, such a somber tone to her that you really do feel bad because she's lost so much. Bless. Yes, Queen Tori offers you her hand and you accept her hand. Her fur is surprisingly soft, and she takes your hand and starts to tug you along, because everyone's got to tug you along. If you remember, Asgore did the same. She guides you behind the castle, and there's a small pathway that looks like it once led through a garden. It's only ashes now. The path winds around the castle and is built further into the cave. Noise hums all around you as you approach it. When you're close enough to get a proper look to see a wall of white, you arrived at the barrier. Do you know what to do? Queen Tori asks you. And you stare at the barrier. You think you do, even though technically you weren't around at the time when the barrier was actually made, and you're taking it from the words of an amalgamation who went absolutely freaking crazy and wanted to use it as a bomb. But that's okay. This white wall of magic feels familiar to you, the way you recognize your soul. You know the magic in this barrier. Somehow, someway, this magic is the same as your soul. Yes, you are the key. You take a step forward, and you offered it everything you have. Long ago, two races ruled over Earth, humans and monsters. One day war broke out between the two races. After a long battle, the humans were victorious through various means of cheating, 100%. And you know, just from possibly monsters having, a few of them having like really strong egos. Same thing with humans, they can have big egos too. They sealed the monsters underground with a magic spell before forgetting where the goddamn left them. And even then, nobody said that they've sealed them under a lake. They said underground. So it's completely understandable why they can't find them. Because they're under the goddamn lake. And then one day, a certain human fell into the world. Not really fell, more like you nearly drowned and then got dragged through the water and then you kind of just got plopped into it through a little hole with the water. You didn't really fall. So you kind of just... you got pulled along on a string, it's fine. This human went on a magical journey. She met so many monsters and saw many lovely things, and she was filled with wonder. Even when things became scary, she did not give up. She showed the monsters her mercy, and they showed her their kindness. She came to love the monsters. She offered them hope. She wanted to free them, but how could she without magic? She only had herself, yes, but that was enough. She's always been enough. The white light disappeared, and you stand in the center of the entrance, the barrier now gone. A warm breeze brushes against your face. Cheers erupt from the monsters who've gathered. Screams and howls and chants and stomps overwhelm the air. Their magic thrums and hums with each sweet joy that you feel in the depths of your soul. Their intoxicating happiness pulls you into an encounter. The souls shine brightly as you share in their joy, and they share in yours. Queen Tori smiles at you. Well done. You beam. Her Majesty's gaze softly forward. Then let us lead the way out. You know what I also find really interesting here is we don't have Flowey, do we? We don't have Ezreal. At all. Even in this friendship route. Because for me to get to help Flowey... Do I get a different... Is this not... I will see now if this is the true happy ending. If it's not, I will go back and do the thing in the computer for Flowey. And get Flowey here. And we'll see like if the ending changes with Flowey. Because it only hit me now that we're missing Flowey. That we're missing Ezreal. Where's Ezreal? Does Ezreal like not pop up? So I don't know if this is like bang on a true ending or not. So we'll see right now if this is just normal friendship ending. And if it is, I will go and add on to this me after I've gotten Flowey. And I've told Flowey the code and everything from the computer. And then see if that changes, alters the ending. Because I don't know. She steps beside you and gathers the two of you. And together the two of you walk forward. As a group, the monsters leave the underground. It's dark outside. Some of the monsters cast spells of light to illuminate the way. It's a short trip up as you and Queen Tori lead the way. The path exits to the small island in the center of the lake. It's night and at once the monsters have a full view of the true night sky. A midnight curtain above them sparkles with stars. The light begins to brighten with magic, and one by one they start to fall. And starfall continues. You hear gasps from the monsters around you. You hear choke back sobs. You hear oohs and ahs and whimpers and hiccups. You hear them whisper and speak to one another as they watch the magic descend. Actually, wait. We actually can't get into that room. I've just realised something. We actually can't help Flowey. Because we can't access the computer room. Can we? Because if I remember specifically, I don't think I can get into the computer room. I think it's locked, but I don't know. You step forward ahead of Tori. You turn on your heels and you stretch out your arm out in welcome. Let me be the first to welcome you all. Again, this is pretty cringy personally for me. You say, the star drops fall from the sky and each one hitting the water beside you bursts into a kaleidoscope of light. The world of darkness is cast aside in favour of starlight. Welcome. True happy ending, friendship route. Okay, so, we can't help Flowey. Flowey doesn't become Ezreal because in Underfell, you can technically, if we notice, whenever it came to like the things with Ezreal, we actually bring him along towards the end because he always pops up. So I'm surprised Ezreal doesn't get a happy ending in Friendship at all. In fact, he doesn't get it in Friendship or Papyrus or in Sands or in Gasters. We never see Ezreal. Dang it. My flower gets no love. What? My flower is non-existent. With the re-entry of monsters in society, there is a moment of concern from the Mage Tower. But it's quickly cast aside when the mages welcome monsters with open arms. Forgiveness is needed on both sides, and under your encouragement, peace is found. You are hailed as a hero and receive a neat little award. You think your time helping the monsters would have ended there, but no. It's almost an arms decided by the monsters and the mages, after they heard your story, that you are their ambassador. You don't even have a chance to say no. Not that you wanted to. While it is a happy transition, it is not easy. There are many cultural nuances that both sides have to adjust to, but you're happy to find that all sides are sincere in desiring peace. It seems like everything is working out for the best. Your journey, your efforts, none of it is vain. You saved them, all of them. Papyrus treats you to muffets at least once a month, and Sam likes to go swimming in the lake with you. Alphys drags you to the gym to try and train with her. Oh god. Tori invites you over after tea, after work each other day. Ruth and she been joined by Asgo, who kindly offers you more scalps to keep you safe. That is the end of your story. So we actually don't get anything with Gaster here. Thank you, Twinkle. Thank you for following the underground. Thank you for showing kindness. Thank you for giving them hope. Thank you for being you. The end. Author's note. Okay, so my final thoughts of the friendship route. I never noticed that till now playing through this, that one, the fight with Tori, I only now fully registered. Yeah, at no point does any other monster character come to interrupt or get involved in it. The only time they show up is after the fact when Tori's destroyed the actual castle, and it's really hard not to notice the castle is burning to the ground. And then, of course, they come to help the queen. Understandable. Queen Tori also has a castle in which she has no guards there. There's no real point. She has given up. I'm pretty sure she does suffer with hopelessness. I'd be really surprised if she does not have that. The ending though is also pretty interesting. For one, we didn't see Ezreal, aka Flowey, at all, and this was still the true happy ending. So I'm guessing that means our dear little flower, who is technically Ezreal in this version, because normally in Underswap, Flowey is swapped with Temmie, but in this version, he is not. He turns into Ezreal as we know him. So it was interesting that we didn't get to see any of him. The ending itself was also interesting because we didn't get any news about what happens with you and Gaster, or with you and I. Gaster, mostly, I was really interested to see, so I'm guessing our relationship with him is still, like, super strange. He's like, no. Because he's like, yes, you're a friend of the family, but you are just an acquaintance as far as I'm concerned. Because we really did not become any remote friends in this with him. This is why my romance route is better. Yes, I know. You also don't threaten me in your one. What do you mean? You and Papyrus threatening me over sands? Oh, look at the time. I should be going now. Bye-bye. Right, 10 likes in this video and you guys will get another If Underswap episode. And of course, this will guarantee as well that I cover any future bonuses that come out for these routes that we've already covered. The next route for If Underswap is going to be Ezreal's. I'm really interested in actually seeing what happens with Ezreal's because he is obviously missing from the final part. So there's definitely going to be some big difference in the ending here, surely, when he turns up. So I'm really excited to see what it is. But obviously we're going to be backtracking into the lab area because we need to literally get the code and go into the computer. So yeah, 10 likes in the video and you will get more If Underswap. I hope you guys are enjoying this series and definitely drop a comment down below. Would love to hear. And I will be also making a separate series where I respond to like the comments. For each individual series probably. I don't know yet what I've got planned. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed, and there will definitely be a video going up tomorrow. Depending if you guys hit this like goal or not, if you hit the goal, we will get an If series up. If you don't hit the goal, then you'll be having something else until said goal is hit. Or until I'm done editing something, probably. Who freaking knows? I was supposed to say this in a particular way, but I totally forgot. And on top of it, I've got Poppy literally staring at me for some unexplained reason. And I really don't know why she's staring at me. My kitten is really cute, but sometimes I don't know what goes on inside her head. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look at the friendship realm. That is a wrap for it for now, but there's still a chance we could get bonuses. We're going to now head off next time and wrap up and see the Prince's route and see what exactly goes on with that one. Ooh, I'm really excited. Oh, but this also means I gotta fight freaking Archmage Dion again. Oh, poo. Dang it. Well then, till next time, bye bye everyone, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like goal.